There is one question that has followed humanity since the very beginning of civilization. A question that has shaped empires, inspired countless books, given birth to religions, transformed careers, and influenced almost every decision we make. What truly makes us happy? Is it money, success, finding the love of our lives? Or is happiness simply a matter of attitude? But what if the answer goes much deeper than that? Why do some people find genuine joy even when they have very little, while others achieve everything they've ever dreamed of, yet still carry an overwhelming sense of emptiness? Are some people simply born to be happy? Or is our own brain sabotaging the search? Why do millions spend their entire lives chasing something that always seems just out of reach? And perhaps the most surprising part, the answer may already be hidden inside your own mind. Most of us believe we already know what happiness is, but when scientists began studying it seriously, they uncovered something unexpected. Your brain was never designed to make you happy. It was designed to keep you alive. And that single difference changes everything. For almost all of human history, the greatest challenge wasn't finding happiness, it was surviving. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors faced hunger, disease, predators, wars, and constant danger. In that world, an overly optimistic brain could be deadly. Those who ignored threats didn't survive. So over millions of years of evolution, our brains developed a remarkable trait. They pay far more attention to what's wrong than to what's right. Psychologists call this the negativity bias. Imagine this. In a single day, 10 people compliment you, only one person criticizes you. Hours later, which one is still running through your mind? For most people, it's the criticism, because to the ancient brain, detecting danger was always more important than enjoying a pleasant moment. That survival mechanism helped our species endure. But today, it may also be one of the reasons so many people feel like they're never truly happy. Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, once I get that promotion, I'll finally be happy. Or, once I buy my own house, once I find the right person, once I make more money. But there's a psychological phenomenon that completely changes this way of thinking. Researchers call it hedonic adaptation. Here's how it works. Whenever we achieve something meaningful, our brain releases chemicals linked to pleasure, reward, and motivation. For a while, we feel excitement, joy, fulfillment, but not for long. Before we realize it, the brain turns that extraordinary achievement into something ordinary. What once felt incredible simply becomes normal. And then we begin chasing the next goal, then another, and another. It's like running on a treadmill. You keep putting in more effort, yet somehow, you never seem to get anywhere. Back in the 1970s, two researchers made a discovery that forever changed the way we understand happiness. Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell observed that human beings possess an extraordinary ability to adapt, not only to life's greatest triumphs, but also to its greatest hardships. Years later, studies comparing lottery winners with ordinary people revealed something astonishing. After an initial surge of happiness, many lottery winners eventually returned to nearly the same level of life satisfaction they had before winning. That doesn't mean money can't improve your life. It absolutely can, especially when it relieves basic financial stress. But science suggests that money alone cannot provide lasting happiness, because the brain simply resets its definition of what's normal. And then, the race begins again. But there's something even more fascinating. If happiness isn't determined solely by what we achieve, then why do some people seem chronically dissatisfied, even when everything in their lives appears to be going well? The answer may lie within neural pathways that began forming long before you created your very first memory. You probably believe you see the world exactly as it is, but neuroscience tells a very different story. Every second, millions of pieces of information reach your eyes, your ears, your skin, your sense of smell. If your brain tried to process all of it at once, it would simply become overwhelmed. So it does something extraordinary. It chooses, it filters, it ignores almost everything, and focuses only on what it believes is essential for your survival. The problem is, that filter isn't something you're born with fully developed. It's built over time, especially during childhood. Imagine two children. They grow up in the same city, attend similar schools, live through the same era, yet their experiences couldn't be more different. One grows up surrounded by affection, safety, encouragement, and emotional support. The other grows up with constant criticism, instability, fear, or emotional neglect. Years later, both of them can face the exact same situation, yet see two completely different realities, because the brain learns where to look for danger, and it also learns where to expect safety, without us even realizing it. Every experience leaves tiny marks inside our neural circuitry, like trails carved through a forest. The more often a trail is used, the easier it becomes to walk it again. That's why two people can receive the exact same text message, "We need to talk." One person thinks it's probably something important. The other immediately assumes, "I must have done something wrong. Something terrible has happened. I'm going to lose my job. My relationship is over." So what's different? It isn't always reality, it's interpretation. And that interpretation happens in fractions of a second, long before the rational part of your brain has a chance to step in. Your brain is constantly making predictions. It tries to anticipate the future, using your past experiences as its guide. This saves energy, but it can also trap you inside patterns of fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. When people think about happiness, most immediately think of dopamine. But there's a common misconception. Dopamine isn't the brain's happiness chemical. It's primarily a motivation system. It makes you want. It drives you to seek, to pursue, to anticipate rewards. That's why looking forward to a vacation can sometimes feel even more exciting than the vacation itself. It's why buying something new creates so much anticipation, only for that excitement to fade a few days later. Your brain wasn't designed to stay satisfied. It was designed to keep searching, because throughout evolution, the individuals who stopped searching for food, shelter, or mates were far less likely to survive. Today, that very same mechanism can keep us trapped in an endless pursuit of the next reward. But there's another twist, one our ancestors could never have imagined. The world has changed, far faster than the human brain has. For thousands of years, rewards were rare. Finding food, sleeping somewhere safe, building a family, those were major achievements. Today, we're surrounded by instant rewards. A click, a notification, a like, a promotion, an online purchase, a 30-second video. Every one of these tiny stimuli activates the same neural circuits involved in reward-seeking behavior. It's no coincidence that so many people struggle to stay focused, or constantly feel like something is missing. Our ancient brains are still trying to survive, inside a world overflowing with stimulation, far beyond anything evolution ever prepared us for. Maybe the problem isn't that there's something wrong with you. Maybe your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do: searching, comparing, scanning for danger, preparing for what might go wrong, never allowing itself to fully relax. But that raises an even more intriguing question. If every human brain works this way, Why do some people experience a much deeper sense of well-being than others? The answer revolves around a word, one that we rarely associate with happiness: meaning. And that's exactly where science begins to uncover one of the most fascinating discoveries about the human mind. For decades, researchers followed thousands of people, trying to answer one simple question: what truly makes a life worth living? The answers challenged almost everything modern culture has taught us about happiness. And some of those discoveries may completely change the way you see your own life. For a long time, scientists believed that happiness was simply a matter of personality. Some people were naturally born happier than others. Others simply weren't. But there was one problem. No one actually knew whether that idea was true. Then came a study that would completely change the conversation. In 1938, researchers launched one of the longest-running studies ever conducted on human development. They followed hundreds of people, not for months, not for years, but for nearly their entire lives. They documented careers, marriages, financial struggles, illness, failures, achievements. And throughout the decades, they kept asking one simple question: what truly makes a life happy? After more than 80 years of research, the answer surprised even the scientists themselves. It wasn't money, it wasn't fame, it wasn't professional success, it wasn't even intelligence. The strongest predictor of a happy and fulfilling life was the quality of a person's relationships, not the number of relationships, but their quality. People who built relationships based on trust, support, respect, and a genuine sense of belonging tended to enjoy better physical health, greater emotional resilience, and even stronger cognitive abilities as they grew older. That doesn't mean their lives were free from hardship. Everyone experiences loss, disappointment, failure, pain. The difference is that socially connected brains seem to navigate those challenges far more effectively, as if life's burdens become lighter when they're shared. Researchers uncovered another fascinating pattern. People who spent their lives chasing immediate pleasure often reported lower levels of long-term satisfaction. On the other hand, those who found meaning in what they did, even while facing hardship, were far more likely to experience lasting well-being, because pleasure and meaning are not the same thing. Pleasure is intense, but it fades quickly. Meaning is different. It's built over time, through relationships, learning, personal growth, acts of service, and the feeling that our lives contribute to something greater than ourselves. Maybe that's why some of the most defining moments of our lives weren't necessarily the easiest ones. They were the moments that changed us. There's a myth that may be one of the greatest sources of modern unhappiness: the belief that we're supposed to feel happy all the time. But no human emotion was ever meant to last forever. Not sadness, not fear, not even joy. Emotions are messages. They appear, they serve a purpose, and then they make room for something else. Expecting constant happiness is like expecting your heart to beat only during life's good moments. Life itself moves in cycles, and accepting that reality, paradoxically, may be one of the keys to living more peacefully. Perhaps this is the most important discovery of all. You are not broken. Your brain is doing exactly what millions of years of evolution shaped it to do. It scans for danger. It seeks rewards. It quickly adapts to success. It tries to protect you. But once we understand how these mechanisms work, something remarkable becomes possible. We can begin making more conscious choices. We may not control every emotion we experience, but we can understand why we experience them, and that changes our entire relationship with our own minds. Maybe happiness was never meant to be a destination or a finish line. Maybe it isn't waiting for you in the next promotion. the next purchase, or the next achievement. Maybe it reveals itself in the moments we usually overlook, in an honest conversation, a warm embrace, the curiosity to learn something new, the courage to begin again, or simply in recognizing that living fully doesn't mean living without difficulties. It means finding meaning, even in the middle of them, because understanding the human mind won't erase every challenge we face, but it allows us to move through those challenges with greater awareness, greater wisdom, and perhaps that is one of the deepest forms of freedom.